Hello and welcome to this unboxing video of the new DJI Neo 2 Fly More combo with the drone only. And for context, I bought it in the DJI store in Sydney, Australia. No, this video isn't sponsored. Later in the video I'll also be showing you how I set up the DJI Fly App on my phone, and I'll be showing you the drone's first flight, which doesn't go to plan. So let's get into the unboxing. First of all, the DJI Neo 2 Fly More combo with the drone only comes in this compact box with everything inside. I always like when someone shows the sides of the box in unboxing videos, as sometimes there are particular details that you want to know about a product which might be on the side of the box, and you just can't get photos of it. It's just showing you the contents there, which you'll see shortly. I'm using this knife here to free the top flap of the box. This is not just for dramatic effect, I promise. It got stuck. So there's a link here to the DJI Fly App that you can scan with a QR code. And here we are inside the box, and there are 3 compartments. Here's a charging hub. There are already 2 batteries in it. One battery is already pre-installed in the drone, so you have 3 in total. Each battery has a flight time of I think 19 minutes or so. It's pretty nice and compact. The good thing with this is that you can also use it as a power bank. So here comes a packet of the usual literature that you get with these tech products. Nice sticker there, you can see it's pretty thick as well. I won't go through these in detail at the moment, just a quick flick through, and we'll put them aside for later in the video if you're interested. I like that I'm being called a drone pilot in this. And there's also a handy screwdriver. That's good for attaching the transceiver, which I'll talk about later in the video. And there are some spare propellers in the box. I can't really imagine a scenario that I would need these because it seems to be a pretty tough little drone. There's also a charging cable, more spare propellers. And finally, the drone itself. I've been looking forward to this. Wow, it's pretty small. I can already see that it's just a bit larger than my palm. Wow, look at this. So here it is, you can see that the propellers are nicely protected inside these little cages here. Give it a spin around and we'll look at it from a few different angles. It really has a cute factor. And there's a little screen here this is where the gimbal is. I'll just take the protector off so you can have a look, and that's a two-way gimbal. And there's a sensor on this side. So set the propellers. Here's the battery, one of those batteries that I was talking about. So I'll just pop it out here. You can see what that looks like on its own. Just pop it into the charging bank. And you can just put it back into the drone like this easily. So here's a USB-C port, and these little holes are for the transceiver to screw into. You can see the transceiver there on the left. And you can also charge the drone through the transceiver. So now that I've unboxed the drone, I'm going to talk about the different ways that you can fly it. There are 4 different ways that you can fly it. The first one is using the drone only with the physical buttons on the drone, gestures, and a small screen on the front, and obviously one of the batteries installed. Number 2, using the DJI Fly App as a virtual remote control on your smartphone, which uses a Wi-Fi link between the drone and the mobile phone. Number 3, using the drone with the transceiver and the remote control. So there are 2 different ones, either the one that has its own screen, which I believe is the RC2, or the one that needs a smartphone with the controller, which is the RCN2 or the RCN3. And lastly, number 4, using the first person view or FPV, which is the virtual flight mode, with the transceiver, the goggles, and the joystick type remote control. So I decided to buy this particular combo because I already have access to remote controller. I've also bought the transceiver on its own, as you saw before, which is out of stock everywhere for a while, but I haven't yet been able to get it to work with the remote controls, so stay tuned for that. So those are the 4 options. We're on now to the 2-way charging hub. There's the USB-C port and the power button. I'll just plug it in here so you can have a look. You can see they're all fully charged. They each have 4 green lights. And there's a green light on the side for power. And now I'll just leave you with this for a while I go through the various pieces of literature that came with this little drone. To turn on the drone, it requires 2 presses, 1 short and then 1 long. Then it would flicker so. Oh, hello. And then there's a solid light with the 4 green lights when it's on. And here at the front you can see the little screen. And I'm just showing here the power button at the side, the one with the little red line. So that will tell you the different modes. I'm just cycling through the different modes. Follow, that's a very handy one. So in this mode, when you turn on the drone, put it on your palm and it takes off, it will follow you around. Let's turn it off again and let's head into some footage of installing the DJI Fly App. So just for reference, my phone is an Android phone. It's a Nokia X20, which is a pretty old model, almost 4 years old now, but the DJI Fly App works perfectly with it. I've just shortened some of the sequences here so that you won't have to watch all of the installing and downloading in real time. So now that the app is installed, we can set up the DJI Neo for its first flight. So here I'm selecting the DJI Neo 2 as my aircraft model, and I've sped up this download, it wasn't this fast. And here are the connection methods that I was telling you about earlier. So obviously later you can use the drone also just by itself, as well as those three modes that were shown on the screen. Now here's the tutorial. Now you can see the DJI Neo 2 here. I'm turning it on, ready for its first flight, which was indoors. Which was maybe not the best idea. I've done some blurring here for privacy, so hopefully that's not too annoying, and you can get a general feel for what the interface with the app looks like. So that's it. I hope that you enjoyed the unboxing. So I'm going to leave you here with some footage of the drone, and you can see how things didn't really go as planned, but I've had the drone out in the wild a few times since, which has been pretty successful. So on my channel in the future you might see some videos with drone footage, so if you're interested in that, please subscribe. Thank you, and see you in the next one.
How disappointing.